No BMF this week, but I got you. Let's talk about the Real Lamar. The Real Lamar is based on a discrepancy about his name. Is it Leighton or Layden? For the sake of this video, was some court documents that had Layden on it. So for the sake of this video, we're going to call him Layden. Layden the Beast Simon. Layden was born in Detroit to a two-family home. Layden's father was a hustler. At the age of 8, Layden heard a scream, thought his mother was laughing, came out of the room, seen two H addicts with knives holding him up to his mother, looking for money, drugs, and jewelry. On a trip down south, Layden had found a longer hammer with 2 burrows on it. Layden pulls that out, he takes it out, points it at the 2 addicts. To save her son's life, to not let him commit his first crime at the age of 8, she shields the addicts, begging Layden not to pull it. The addicts leave. Later on that year, Layden gets arrested for the first time, stealing up to 20 hats out of a store during the 1967 riots in Detroit. Later on in life, around 12 or 13, Layden meets Dirty Diamond Dirk. I swear that's his name. I did not make that up. Who introduced him to Harold Stinson. Harold Stinson was a drug kingpin in Detroit, ran most of the drugs in Detroit, and his drug of choice was H. At 14, Layden decides to enter the game and work for Stinson. In 1978, Layden's mentor goes to prison, and all that territory that he owned was up for grabs. Layden takes over that territory to become a kingpin of his own right in Detroit. But that doesn't last long, because in 1979, Layden goes to jail for armed robbery and does 3 years in prison. During this time, Layden's younger brother has beef with another Detroit dealer by the name of E.D. Boyd. E.D. Boyd had a crew under him known as the 50 Boys, which would later on, 2 of those members would become BMF, Big Meech, and Terry, Southwest Terry. The 50 Boys had a thing where they only sold $50 worth of Coca-Cola in bags. That's why they called themselves the 50 Boys. They didn't deal with a little bit here and there. They only did $50 worth of Coca-Cola bottles. Layden, catching on to this, started to call his stuff Flintstones. He would take the same amount that was being sold for $50 and his Coke bottles were being sold at $10. So that's where a lot of the back and forth about the things of that nature started to escalate between Layden, E.D. Boyd, and the 50 Boys. Here's a funny story that Layden used to pull up in his car, park it in front of where the 50 Boys was hustling, and play a song of You Can't Stand the Rain on repeat in a form of intimidation. When asked about the scene in BMF where he allegedly unalives one of the 50 Boys members and that song is playing in the background, he pleaded the fifth. Is that how you want to take it? One day, Layden spots E.D. Boyd in the trailer park, waits for E.D. to get in his car, follows him to his house, and allegedly, the house was shot up seconds after E.D. Boyd ran into the house. Shortly after that happens, this is around 1987, Layden's nephew is unalive. Layden's nephew was in the game as well underneath Layden and Layden's crew. His nephew gets unalive, and then after that, that's when the shootout happens. Layden's brother is unalived in that shootout where he uses Big Meech. Layden used Big Meech as a shield so that the other crew wouldn't shoot Big Meech. Allegedly, he was trying to get over to his brother to render aid. In that shootout, Layden was shot 5 times while kneeling down, trying to protect his brother. Layden and Meech have a sit down to discuss what's going on and try to bring peace and resolution to this situation. The sit down did not work. It was still a lot of tension, a lot of losses on both sides. Allegedly. After that meeting, Meech throws a party, one would assume celebrating the loss of Layden's brother and nephew. He threw the party at a local diner in Layden's neighborhood. Layden drives by, sees those people in his neighborhood having a good time, having a party. Allegedly, Layden comes back, and as Meech was leaving the diner, Meech was shot several times. Some of that is also depicted in the BMF Season 1. Layden takes credit for Big Meech being relocated to Atlanta. He says what happened in the BMF show on Stars is not how it happened. He says Meech knew his life was on the line and he got up out of Detroit. These days, Lamar is almost 70 years old. He has deep regrets about what transpired in his younger days. He really doesn't like how he's portrayed on the show, although other people involved in the show did say Lamar's portrayal of Layden is about 90% accurate. Layden does have regrets because now he works with the youth. He tries to mentor the youth. It was shown that he unalived one of Nicole's friends walking home. And he really didn't like that scene. Adamantly says that that scene did not happen. I mean, I believe that this character is very true to himself on the show. The way he does these interviews, man. I mean, even now, Lamar, a lot of people said he had mental issues. Lamar, to me, seemed like he was of sound mind. He really didn't cop to a lot of things. You know, that's why I say allegedly, because he says allegedly a lot. He did not go to jail for any of these things that is being talked about and shown on the show. So we always want to use caution allegedly. I am not Vlad. We don't do that here. Let me know who else y'all want to see. I know some people commenting about Nicole. We'll get into Nicole if y'all want. Let me know down below in the comments what y'all want to see next.